I'm tracking rain and snow showers moving across eastern Iowa. I do promise a much better end to the weekend, even some spring-like temperatures to start the new week. It's all in your Weather First forecast coming up next.
This time last year, a much different weather story.
We were wearing shorts and t-shirts, enjoying the record warmth outside. So if you or anybody else knows Dr. Emmett Brown, tell him we want his DeLorean time machine to go back in time, not to 1985, although I do love the 80s, but last year, record warmth all across eastern Iowa. So now go to your Valentine's Day Lovecast and what you can expect throughout the day when you get up tomorrow and you exchange your Valentine's Day gifts. Maybe it's a heart-shaped box of chocolates, 27 degrees at 8 a.m. And then when you guys go off to work, you separate. Maybe you're going to school or work. You want to text each other, maybe send each other a couple selfies around noon. Temperatures will be pretty close to 40 degrees. And then you get together for dinner time. You got to have that nice Valentine's Day dinner. We're still looking at temperatures in the upper 30s. And as we go to radar right now, you can see mainly rain for us in eastern Iowa. Up to the north where temperatures are at or a little bit below freezing. Even some light snow up into Winneshiek County. Down to the south here, our temperatures are well above freezing in the mid to upper 30s. So that's why we're seeing rain right now. But some heavy snow back off into north central Iowa. And all this does continue to track to the northeast. One of the reasons we're going to be warm is because of the jet stream. We're looking at some mild Pacific air, the southwesterly flow into the Midwest and into eastern Iowa. So that'll continue to chip away at that snowpack. As also that warm air moves over the cold air at the surface, it'll lead to some clouds and areas of fog. Take a look at our sky cam over Amana right now. Looking at some wet roads, rain, even some dense fog settling in. But once those winds kick up later on tonight, that will take care of the fog. I do think much of the area going to see 2 to 4 inches, but a heavier band's going to set up somewhere across eastern Iowa. And right now it looks to cut through our central counties where we could see 4 inches or more of accumulation. But there are still some uncertainties with the track of this system. It hasn't developed yet, so we'll get a better handle on this over the next 24 to 36 hours. After a high of 38 today, we're now at 25 with a clear sky here in Cedar Rapids. Winds are northwest around 6 miles per hour. And as we go to satellite, you can see some clearing. There are a few clouds out there. These clouds will thicken up as we head through tonight. Some showers down into parts of Missouri, a little bit of a mix into Kansas as well. And that continues to track to the north and east. Our main piece of energy we're watching still over the southwest U.S. and that will track through the southern plains, eventually into eastern Iowa as we get into tomorrow. We do have a winter weather advisory out for Washington and Keokuk County. This does go into effect 6 a.m. tomorrow until noon. Looking at some freezing rain as well as a little bit of light snow and perhaps some sleet with some minor snow and ice accumulations possible. So that could create some slick spots on the road. So you want to be mindful of that, especially on those untreated surfaces. And then Chickasaw County, you go under a winter weather advisory tomorrow afternoon starting at 3 until 6 a.m. on Sunday. Some minor ice accumulation possible as well as some snow of about 1 to perhaps 2 inches. And the combination of ice and snow has winter weather advisories out for a good chunk of the state of Iowa. Winter storm warnings in southern Minnesota. Parts of northwest Iowa could see 4 to 6 inches of snow. Some locally higher amounts are certainly possible as well. So be mindful of that if you're going to be traveling west or north. And we'll time it out on Predictor now by around 9 o'clock in the morning. Looking at that wintry mix along and south of I-80. But then as our temperatures warm above freezing, that'll change over to some light rain. However, if the warm air is delayed just a little bit, that wintry mix could drift a little bit farther north of I-80. Something we'll have to watch. But as we get into the afternoon hours around 3, much of the area going to be above freezing. Looking at some rain here back into northwest Iowa, some heavy snow by evening 7 o'clock. Looking at some light rain, heavy snow to northwest Iowa. Finally mid to late evening around 9. The bulk of the precipitation east of I-380 with some rain, snow up into our northern and northwestern counties. It should be all over by midnight and then we dry out, clear out the skies as we head into Sunday. As far as how much snow you can expect, maybe a dusting in some areas, but I think if there's going to be any accumulation, it's going to be the northwest where there could be 1 to maybe 2 inches of snow. So we'll time it out for you again tomorrow morning around 8 a.m. 29 degrees, a temperature, freezing rain, sleet and snow mainly along and south of I-80. Going to be cloudy and chilly. By noon, we should be above freezing with some light rain moving south to north. Those winds will pick up out of the northwest as well. And then by 3, our temperature 40 here in Cedar Rapids, cloudy with showers. However, much cooler in our northern and northwestern counties where we could could see a wintry mix as well as a little bit of light snow. Your forecast tonight, partly to mostly cloudy skies. Overall, fairly quiet, 20 to 23 on low temperatures in the north. And then here in the south, those clouds begin to thicken up, especially through the overnight into tomorrow morning, 23 to 26 on lows. Your forecast tomorrow, cloudy skies, some freezing rain, a little bit of light snow, changing to rain in the afternoon, except maybe in the far north and northwest where that wintry mix and snow may hang on a little bit longer. 34 to 38 on high temperatures. And then here in the south, a wintry mix possible along and south of I-80 tomorrow morning, eventually changing to rain later on in the afternoon. A breezy east wind around 30 miles per hour, 38 to 41 on highs. 43 sunny for Sunday. How about Monday? Sunshine, 51 to start the week. We'll keep the 50s all the way through Wednesday. Slight chance of rain now on Wednesday afternoon. Better chance on Thursday with cooling temperatures in the low 40s as we end next week.